Hello guys, so for the purpose of this lab, I will be using this app called DaVinci Resolve, and I will be using this application to break down my lab frame by frame in order to better explain the things that I am doing in this lab, and so that you can understand and try to copy it in your own race and hopefully win this round. So let's begin. Right, so around this part, I start drifting at about 169, 170. Nice. So I'm using speed as a reference here, but you can use this white bit of snow as a reference point as well. And just start drifting. As you can see, I'm completely turning my stick towards the left, and that's because this car has a really bad drifting radius, but it's convenient for us because this turn aligns with it perfectly. So yeah, I do that, and I will be giving some really slight adjustments to the drift of this car as I'm turning in this corner. Just try to not hit this barrier towards the left, and the reason for doing that is because we need perfect run on an upcoming section, and you will see the importance of not hitting this barrier. So I'm drifting here, trying not to hit the barrier. Now right around this part, as you can see, I will hit the brake button around here. Yeah, so I hit the brake button in order to cancel my drift. Now the game takes this input as canceling my drift. I will quickly align my car in a straight line, and as soon as all four wheels are firmly gripping with the ground, this is when I start a shockwave. You see? Now, this is like one of the most optimal methods to take this section. Now I will get a perfect run here. Boom. So we needed this perfect run for taking this jump. And the reason for not hitting these barriers towards the left was because we wanted this perfect run. Otherwise, we would have cancelled it and the lap would be ruined because of it. We don't want that. That's bad. So we get a perfect run here. I do a quick spin. It's simple. Just double tap the brakes and hit nitro. Now, a lot of people ask me, like, how do I stop my 360s? Like, how do I stop my car from over spinning as soon as I land back on the ground? So for that, you need to execute a jump perfectly. Now, assuming that you have executed a jump perfectly, as soon as your car is about to hit the track, you will press the brake button once. So as soon as I'm about to land, I will press the brake or drift button once, and this tells the game to stop the car from overspinning. Again, assuming that you have taken the jump properly, this will be a piece of cake. Now, as soon as I land, I'll just try to drift my car slightly in order to like keep a tighter racing line, because we need to take this jump. Like this is a ledge. I don't know what to call it. Like I want to take this jump, get some airspeed, and while I'm doing that, I will be collecting this nitro bottle as well. Again, you don't have to follow this lap like frame by frame, but understanding these sections is better for you to become like a stronger player overall, and get an idea of what are the things that I am doing in this lap, which you can copy in your own lap. So I do some nitro braking here, and yeah, right around this part. So we will be using this section as a reference point. So as you can see, this bit of tarmac is clearly well built, and this bit is just in a really bad state. So somebody needs to run the highway department and tell them that it's bad, but for it's beneficial for us. So we will be using this as a reference point. And the reason why we are using this as a reference point is because the drifting radius of this car is really bad. So like going at this speed of 366 kilometers per hour, you need to just like start drifting like 10 years before a corner actually comes up in order to make that section, right? So in order to make this turn, we have to start drifting at such an early stage. So as soon as my car hits this bit of track, I will start drifting. Now I will get a perfect run here as I'm collecting the orange nitro bottle, yellow nitro bottle. Boom, full bar of nitro. And again, the same thing that we did on the first corner. We will cancel the drift, align our car in a straight line. Like I'll do this in a split second. You guys can take your sweet time, but doing this is one of the most optimal ways to take this corner with this car especially. So I do that. I align my car and hit shockwave. You see, I did not lose any speed because of that. If If I did this improperly, like as in like I did not cancel the drift, I would have lost some speed here as I was accelerating. So the biggest drawback of that is that I will be wasting precious nitro. And it's not like this car has an abundance of nitro. The nitro and the handling of this car is pretty ass. So everything is crucial and it's all about being smooth, guys. So doing this perfectly, I lose no speed. I gain speed instead. Keeping it nice and tidy through this section. Now, I don't know what's wrong with this ramp, but it just seems to throw my car upwards every time I take it. Yeah, you see? I don't know what's wrong here. Okay, now I do this speed trick, but like you don't have to copy it. Instead, you can just simply take this jump normally, do a 360 here, a quick 360, start 360ing around this part and apply nitro slightly late. And just take this line. Just, you see where my cursor is moving? You take that line instead of this. But if you can pull off this speed trick, it's really beneficial because we are able to keep this airtime for a lot longer. Again, the same thing. I'm doing this because I'm able to do this. You don't necessarily have to copy it. Keeping it nice and tidy. Now again, given the drift radius of this car is totally ass, so we need to steer normally instead of drifting through this section. And that's exactly what I will do in this entire part. I just keep steering, trying to maintain an average speed of 180. You can keep, even if you make this section at like 170, 160, it's not a problem. But if you are taking this section at that low of a speed, chances are that you are trying to steer your car too hard. So you don't really want that. You want to maintain a speed of about 180. It makes a difference, guys. Trust me. Now, as soon as I'm about to exit this tunnel section, I will hit shockwave around this part. Nice and easy. I get a perfect run. Boom. I use that perfect run to accelerate to full speed. Now the thing that I'm doing here, I'm not giving it any extra inputs. I'm just aligning my car in a straight line and then I'm pressing the brake button in quick successions like this. Just once, twice, again, like this, okay, in repeated successions. So the trick with this ramp, I've noticed, especially in this car, in order to get 2 barrel rolls, which is the best way to take this ramp, in order to get 2 barrel rolls, like you don't apply nitro earlier. Okay, you apply nitro as soon as your car has left the ramp. So it seems to be working with this car on this barrel roll ramp. I apply nitro around this part, like this. Now, as soon as I'm about to land, I will do this trick called as nitro braking. Now, this is a technique that is used for conserving the speed loss. The speed loss that occurs when I am landing on the ground and the game tries to reduce my speed from my air speed back to my ground speed. So we're trying to delay the transition between those two speeds. So as soon as I land, I start nitro braking and I'm trying to delay the speed loss as much as possible. And while doing so, I'm trying to keep a very nice and tidy racing line towards the finish. And that's it, 105.4. Again, I hope this helps you out. Thanks a lot for watching, and that's about it. See ya.